Hey guys, what is up? So as you know, I'm a huge PlayStation Vita fan. I'm also a fan of the Genkai Toki series, games like this, Moero Crystal H, and Monster Monpiece, and so on and so forth. But you might be surprised to hear my thoughts on the Nintendo Switch version of Moero Crystal H. So I'm going to be doing a comparison of both the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation Vita versions of the game. I've been playing them at the same time because I'm a huge dork, and I need to play the Switch version to understand what's going on in my Chinese Vita copy of Moero Crystal. Yes, I didn't spring for the Japanese version because at the time I didn't know any Japanese, and this was a budget $13 Chinese copy, so I went with the cheap one. But I want to get my $13 worth and grab some trophies, so yes, I've been playing them at the same time. It also makes it great because then I'm in a good position to do a comparison of the two versions. And by the way, if you're interested in an unboxing of Moero Crystal H, the limited edition on the Switch, I have a separate video for that, link in the description below. So both versions of the game look and sound great. I didn't really notice much, if any, difference there. The Nintendo Switch version is of course localized in English, whereas the Vita version never had an English release. At one point, PlayAsia did tell us an English version would probably be coming. Unfortunately, that didn't happen on the Vita, but it did on the Nintendo Switch. So here we are. Now there was an English version of Moe Chronicle on the PlayStation Vita. So if I compare this English translation to that English translation on the Vita, the difference is night and day. The Switch version is actually really good. I noticed a lot of translation hiccups in that English Vita version. Nothing that really got in the way. I mean, I find bad translations to be funny sometimes in their own way. However, when you're translating something with funny innuendo, it's kind of important to have a good translation. So thumbs up to the Switch version there. The translation team did a great job. As far as censorship goes, both of these versions are the same. There's no more or less censorship on the Nintendo Switch version. As far as load times go, they're both very quick. Not really much of a difference there either. They're both playing off of game cards. The Nintendo Switch version does have all of the DLC included, which is awesome. One thing I should mention though, the DLC is turned off by default. You actually have to go into the DLC menu and turn that on first. But for the purposes of this comparison, I've just left that all off in default so I can just more easily get a direct comparison of the two games. The DLC basically includes more monster girls for you to recruit, which is a very welcome addition. Now, as a seasoned veteran of the Genkai Toki series, I like to turn all of my speed settings up to maximum. And eventually you'll hit that point in the game where you'll probably want to too. Once you've seen all the creatures several times, you'll just want to grind a little bit more quickly probably. But there are some really funny creatures. A lot of them are recycled, and a lot of the monster girls are too. So with everything turned up to maximum speed, battles play out about the same speed. However, traversing the dungeon is a lot faster on the Nintendo Switch. This will make the process of grinding and mapping out levels a lot faster. So again, props to the Nintendo Switch version. Moero Crystal on the Vita is not PlayStation TV compatible, unfortunately. Of course, you can always hack your PlayStation TV to play it anyway, but even if you did have a hack, you'd have a heck of a time operating the controls quickly enough. Moero Crystal H on the Nintendo Switch is designed to work both in docked and undocked mode, so it has touchscreen controls and improved analog stick controls for playing while docked to a TV. I have to give them props, the controls work really well. Which brings me to taming these monster girls. Having the analog controls on the Nintendo Switch is a very welcome feature, but it is a little bit slower to use. So you might fail a scratch game a little bit more frequently. Of course, you can always undock your Switch and use the touch controls to resolve that. The analog sticks are no match for my turbo finger. Oh yeah, girl, let me work your bean pot with my turbo finger. Where the f did that come from? Now when it comes to the Flash minigame where you essentially finish off your session with the monster girl, this is where you can tell it was designed with the Vita in mind. So the Vita has both front and rear touch controls. So to finish off the monster girls on the Vita, you have to rub both the front and rear touchpad at the same time, which kind of looks like this. The Switch only has the front touch controls. Now, take that however you want. For better or worse, I'd rate both versions at-home use only. Obviously, the Vita version has trophies. I know these are a controversial subject for some. Some people hate them, some people love them, some people don't give a crap. I love them because I'm forgetful. I have a lot of games and it helps me remember which games I've completed or how far I've gotten in certain games. Many times when I'm looking for a game to play, I'll go to my trophies or achievements and I'll find something in there that I haven't completed yet that I'm in the mood for. I really wish Nintendo would add these. Gotta give it to the Vita there. However, this game actually existing in English on the Nintendo, localized and in the eShop, I give credit to Nintendo there. I love that they're saving us from this censorship madness that Sony is bringing upon itself and us these days. That being said, honestly, I typically only buy games on the Nintendo Switch that are exclusive to the Switch. I guess this game included because I wanted to play it in English. But playing both versions of this game side by side, I have to say, I get it. I get why people love their Nintendo Switches so much. Honestly, I was just tempted to keep playing this on the Nintendo Switch and leave my Vita save file in the dust. As far as this game goes, I recommend it, especially recommend the Nintendo Switch version. I'm a fan of DRPGs, but this is one of my favorites because I love how quickly you can grind in the game using a combination of the auto battle and fast forward buttons. It really doesn't waste your time, but still offers a lot of gameplay. Plus, the monster girls are pretty cool too. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, I will see you later.